Hi, I'm Brad Baldwin, and I am outside the holding facility of Charles Taylor in Hague. We have been granted an exclusive interview with Charles Taylor as he awaits the verdict of the Special Court for Sierra Leone. Taylor was accused 7 years ago with crimes against humanity and for supporting Sierra Leone's rebel groups. Taylor's record does not support his innocence. He is believed to have encouraged pillaging and rape during his overthrow of the Liberian government in 1989. As dictator, Taylor led brutal campaigns against his political enemies and buried pregnant women alive. The United Nations has also released statements claiming that Taylor's administration worked closely with Libya's dictator, Muammar Gaddafi, and harbored members of Al-Qaeda who participated in the 1998 bombings of U.S. embassies in Kenya and Tanzania. Much of the instability throughout West Africa is attributed to the dealings of Charles Taylor and his support of revolutions in neighboring countries. If convicted, the international community will celebrate the downfall of one of the most infamous dictators in recent history. We are about to head in and see what he has to say. Hello, Mr. Taylor. Thank you for giving us a special opportunity to speak with you today.
I'm happy to speak with you. I am an innocent man. I have nothing to hide.
And what do you make of the trial proceedings so far?
I believe my attorney has proved beyond a reasonable doubt that I am not guilty. My role in the Sierra Leone Civil War was to encourage a peaceful resolution led by the RUF. My actions were always supported by the West African powers.
Just to confirm, the RUF is the Revolutionary United Front in Sierra Leone?
Yes.
What do you have to say about the claims that the RUF led a 10-year campaign against the government and frequently mutilated innocent civilians to terrorize the population?
I did not play any role in it. I was working towards peace.
But you armed rebel groups in Sierra Leone in exchange for diamonds.
No, I armed rebel groups in Sierra Leone in exchange for peace. I want a peaceful West Africa, and that cannot happen under poor leadership. Civil war must be used as a tool to establish stable regimes.
So you believe that your overthrow of Samuel Doe in 1989 in Liberia resulted in a stable regime? A stable system where over 75% of the population was unemployed, where ethnic tension led to execution, and where money laundering was a common and even acceptable practice?
I shall not answer to such blatant criticism. The people elected me in 1997. Everything I did was their will. That should satisfy you Americans. Isn't that what you always stress? The rule of the people?
Some suggested that the people elected you out of fear.
There is no proof of that. There was an election, and I won. You criticize African systems because they aren't democratic. And now that we held an election, I emerged victorious. You criticize me for the sake of criticizing me. Liberia has been a republic for the last 180 years. That has never changed under my administration.
And what about the witnesses who have testified against you? Victims of rape and looting, as well as people abducted as child soldiers, have confirmed the legitimacy of the charges.
The jury will make of it what they will. Nothing has been said to support the charges against me.
So, what do you see as your role in West Africa?
My ultimate goal is to work towards Pan-African stability. As President of Liberia, I built favorable relations with neighboring countries including the Ivory Coast and Sierra Leone. Increasing trans-African trade and a reliance on one another will eventually lead to a more stable, unified region. I believe I am the man who should lead West Africa into this new age of progress.
The international community believes your actions have endangered peace in West Africa. Are you concerned that the Special Court for Sierra Leone is backed by the United Nations?
If the UN took an unbiased approach to the evidence presented, I would be declared innocent. I have done nothing wrong, and cannot be blamed for the death and destruction that results from war. My only fear is that the jury was set against me from the beginning.
In the event that the jury decides you are guilty, what do you think it will mean for the future of West Africa?
West Africans are hungry for strong leadership and unity. If I am unable to return, I believe Liberia and its neighboring states will degenerate into chaos. I am the only one who can bring peace to West Africa.
Thank you for your time, Mr. Taylor.
It was my pleasure.
The jury is expected to deliver the verdict within the next 4 months. Until then, Charles Taylor awaits his fate in Hague. You can follow the story with daily updates on charlestaylortrial.org. Thanks, I'm Brad Baldwin.